Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. So many of you guys know that a lot of my bikes come from Craigslist. And a while ago I got I saw on Craigslist plastic, and I wanted to put plastic on my my 4 Trax 350, the 350D 4x4 back there, and you guys could kind of see the red plastic on it. I never did completely attach it, but there it sits. Anyway, so I'm following Craigslist, and this individual has this Foreman plastic on it, and it had been on there for a while. So I contacted him, and he's one of these text guys that lives by the phone. So I mean, he got right back to me. We went back and forth a few times, and I was able to get those plastics cheap. If I recall, it was less than $50. Anyway, he got in touch with me again recently. I guess he was cleaning up, and he said, "Hey, I got the front, right, these go with that plastic, those plastics, and I got one of the headlight buckets. So he goes, if you want them, come get them." I said, okay, I'll come get them if they're free. You know, I'm not quite sure if they're going to go on there or not, because I still haven't hung that plastic on there, so I'm not quite sure how well it will go on there. But yeah, for free, I'll take it. So I took a ride up there. He's a little above Kingston, below Albany, somewhere near Saugerties. All those little towns kind of crash into each other up there. So I go up to see him, and he had offered me this guy. This is a Honda, I believe it's called the Honda TRX250. I don't think there's any other letters or anything going after that, or if there is, it's known as the 250X, TRX250X. What it is hand clutch, 5-speed plus reverse, kickstart only, no electric start. This is a sport machine, right? I would like to say it's relatively light, but if you go to push it around, it's heavy as could be. That guy there, a TRX 200 SX, is quite a bit lighter. I mean, this thing weighs a lot. You guys could see the seats in halfway decent shape, though I believe it's a recover. The plastics on here ain't scared. Chevy. I'm not sure if this is OEM plastic. It feels thick enough, and it's kind of got the right faded Honda color to be OEM plastic, but I don't think the fenders were trimmed back this much. So alright, where'd the little handle go? Anyway, yeah, this isn't good for it. There it is. Anyway, the little handle's stuck, and I'm not going to bore you guys with 2 hours of dealing with that. No key switch, no headlight, and the wiring harness has been messed with. By cutting this wire, you can start the bike. It'll start. The other things, that's obviously ground. Here's your headlight. These probably have to do with if you're in neutral or reverse. Probably goes up against ground. One is probably neutral, one's probably reverse. This is another one. No, this one just has one pulse generator. This is the voltage regulator. I'm not sure why it has a voltage regulator on it. But because it doesn't have a battery. But I only see one pulse generator underneath here. So there you go. Looking in the gas tank, hopefully you guys could see in there a little bit. She's not too bad. Doesn't smell very good, but it really looks halfway decent. And I did attempt to give it a kick, and it sounded pretty good. Here, listen. Now, the story I was told on this, and you know, you got to take every story with a grain of salt. I was told this thing was a running bike. Parts were donated from this engine to get it running, and the person I got it from already has one of these 300EXs, and he was kind of buying this as a spare. So if a buddy of his wants to come and ride, or a girlfriend, or whatever else, he would have it. So I imagine when I put a few minutes to it, it should start up pretty easy. A few of the things I looked at, I mean, the front end is in nice shape. Unfortunately, you guys could see what got drilled out here. I do have the sticker, though somebody painted over the whole frame. So I'm going to spend a few minutes scraping on that sticker to see if I can find out anything. I believe it's a 1987, and I'll show you why right here. See that right there? 986, and it looks like the right wheels for the bike. And this one here, where'd it go? There it goes. 1186, and then this one back here is another 986. So I think this is a 1987. So I do have to look it up. I believe, once again, these are known as TRX250Xs. If there's anybody out there who knows anything different, let me know. It does. I checked the clutch out, you know, popped it into gear, went to roll it, released the clutch, and it stopped. So it was hard to push, which is good. It does seem to have some front brake. The cable for the carburetor is still moving. Those are all good. About the back brakes, you guys see the caliper hanging right off the end of this? No, because it's not there. The rear end is tight, right, and the front end's tight, which is good things. This bike, I paid $400 for the deal, so I got this bike, which is a good deal, for the $400 alone. It also came with this engine, and you guys can see I can turn the engine over. It does seem to have some compression, though the valves are like unbelievably loose. I have to be honest, when I loosen up valves like this, it's normally because I'm concerned about the timing, that the timing is off, and I want to be able to run the piston all the way up without having the valves come down and getting smashed. So normally when I see this, I'm concerned that it jumped time. The other thing is these valves, if it didn't jump time, right, chances are the valves are bent. So just off the top of my head, I'm thinking this engine has a timing issue, and the top head might be bad, the piston might be damaged, and the jug, depending if he was out strung tight when this happened, he could have damaged the bottom end of it. So I'm not sure if this engine's still alive. In addition, should it be dead, I'm not sure if one could then take the parts, and one of you guys might actually know the answer to this question, if one could take the parts off of a 250ES and smash them on top of that, right? Which that only gets you to one valve for intake and one valve for exhaust, rather than two intakes, two exhausts. You guys could see right here that there's a pair of intakes, right, and a pair of exhausts. So yeah, I'm not sure if one could take this off and get away with just a 2-valve head instead of a 4-valve head. And once again, I'm not sure if let's say you could do that, that'd be great. Or if you can't, if you can change the bottom piece, the jug, the head, and get away with that, or not. This is, once again, 87 vintage, and they did make 250ESs and 250SXs in 87, but they are shaft drives. That's a chain drive, right? You can see the shaft right there, right? 250SX, and this is a shaft drive. So they went chain drive, right? So yeah, I'm not exactly positive with that. I'd have to spend basically I'd have to take things apart and see what mix and matches where. The nice thing about this engine is the flywheel is good, and it does, if you watched my last video, right, this has, where is it? There it is. Denso, which is the more modern flywheel. So with the Denso, I believe one could get the stator that matches with the Denso, and I think, don't know because I haven't tried it, and I think you can smash that right on a 250ES, even whether it's a new one or an old one. I don't know that. I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure. I also, it's got an exhaust system on it, right? It's got a DG exhaust on it, including the fancy header, and I got the spare exhaust, which is cool. So well worth the $400. I got a few other parts, and we have a possible lingering deal, because he has some of these in pretty decent shape, and I'm thinking of cutting the front end off of that, stealing the back tires and exhaust, bringing that to him, and I have some Tri-Z parts floating around here that I'm thinking of bringing up to him also. And he's got some Honda 200S parts that he wants to get rid of. He claims he's no longer the Craigslist Shark, But the way he answers his phone and seems to be up on prices and all that other kind of stuff, I think he still dabbles with this kind of stuff. But I'm thinking of bringing that up to him and getting the 200S. There's a motor there and a few other things. I mean, a 200S motor, if it doesn't run, but it's got some parts on it, it's worth somewhere around $100. If it does run, it's worth over $200. And I seem to have the ability to get most of these things to run. So, let's hope that's the case. On this motor though, she really doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like it, there's no oil running down and burnt. The bolts we're taking out of here nicely and all that. So I'm hoping that it's not too badly chewed up. I'd have to take it apart once again. These valves, these two valves look like they're depressed. I'm going to have to take it apart and figure out what the problem is, why those valves are stuck down. So, and then from there, one goes forward. All right, folks. Once again, if anybody has any questions, please ask. Other than why did you buy, two bikes as you're trying to clean up? I'm a freaking crazy hoarder. That's why. And I'm going to be going crazy trying to put all this crap away. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting. I do appreciate all the comments, all your thoughts. I want you all to keep your feet down, keep your heads up, and please get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now, folks.